everybody, Kelly here from Kelly Got Plans, and boy oh boy, this looks like one of my old videos. But I wanted to go ahead and film this and walk you guys through my 2024 goals and see if I can keep up with them this year, because I bought a MakseLife planner. So let me kind of talk about my thinking when it comes to this, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So here's the thing. I've never, I'll set goals, but I've never been good at actually reaching goals. Every once in a while I'll do it, but I'm not very good at it. But I also just kind of will randomly set a goal and then flitter throughout the year, and it obviously doesn't work. So what I did this year is I bought the MakseLife planner. Now, I did not realize when I bought this that they actually come in, you can buy the little companion packs where you get all 4 quarters all together, which had I known, I would have just bought that. But what I did was, because I didn't want to buy a full year because I didn't know if I was going to use it that much. So what I chose to do was do an undated daily planner. So let me show you a little bit about this before I show you the goals and what I got going on over here. So I already went ahead and dated this. So as you will see, let me move this a little bit. We have January. I started to write in back to work, students return, blah, 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 blah. And then you'll see monthly goals. There's a reflection page, weekly goals or weekly actions, a focus, and then here you have all of the dated or all of the daily pages. Sorry, I have a cat climbing up my back. It's Ron, if you couldn't guess. So you have a week, then you have the weekly actions, and then it just repeats itself. So I'm at least gonna give this a month's worth. And if it doesn't work within the month, then I'll likely just take out all the daily pages and keep all the weekly action pages and stuff. And then I just always have daily pages whenever I need to get back to them. So that is kind of the plan with that. But let's go ahead and let's go through this. Now, like I said, this is new to me. So this is not something that I am by no means an expert in. So if you are more knowledgeable than me, great. And if you are not, then great, because I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure this out together. So I've already put my name in here. This was from According to Allie. I'll likely add a few stickers, make it nice and pretty, and kind of cover up some of this. Then, sorry, I have a cat behind me. You have information about MakseLife, all of their socials, all of that fun stuff. Then they talk about how to actually set your goals, which I appreciate because, again, I haven't done this before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But it has all of this information, which is really helpful. Then they get into your compass assessment and what it is. And I think they want me to fill out this compass, but you'll see that I did something a little different later on because this is so tiny. And I need something just a little bit bigger. So it talks about your compass assessment. Then it gets into the actual assessments themselves. So what I did was I actually printed off, you can find a lot of this stuff already on the MakseLife website. And I actually went ahead and did all of this ahead of time. That way, if I went back and I was ooh, actually, I changed a score here and a few other things. So let me just kind of walk you through some of the overarching or some of the questions or the things, statements that they have for you. You rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, obviously, or 1 being does not apply, and 10 is strongly applies. So under the personal section, I gave myself a 5.5, and here are just the things you have in here. So it says my basic needs. Actually, let me zoom in for you guys. I hope that works better. My basic needs are taken care of. I genuinely feel happy and fulfilled. I have a positive attitude and outlook on life. I give myself grace for my limits and imperfections. I regularly take time for life planning, reflection, and self-care. I am comfortable spending time alone. There are hobbies and interests I engage in regularly, and there are personal goals or projects that I want to achieve/complete. Fun and recreation, I gave myself a 4. Those statements are: I take regularly planned vacations and or time off. I create moments for rest and rejuvenation. I give myself permission to have fun without feeling guilty. I have fun in ways that serve my highest and best self. Ron's gonna make an appearance, guys. Sorry about that. He does what he wants. One of my goals should be not calling Ron a terrorist so much, but he's one, so it is what it is. I reward myself when I accomplish a goal. I do things on a regular basis that bring me joy. I spend enough time with people I enjoy, and my social interactions are enjoyable, meaningful, and fun. For work and learning, I give myself a 6. Those statements where I'm enthusiastic about and engaged in what I'm doing for my life's work. I am fulfilled by the work I do and believe it adds value. My work is a true fit for my purpose, strengths, and personal gifts. I am contributing to the work the way I desire. I have positive interactions at work. I expand my skills through continued growth and development. I have an actionable plan to support the growth and success that I desire, and I am curious and eager to learn. Family and relationships, I gave myself a 6.5. So those statements are: I am present with my family, friends, and or significant other. I share mutual love and respect and appreciation with my loved ones. I have healthy boundaries. I am free from toxic relationships. I experience vulnerability and intimacy in my personal relationships. I have a sense of community and belonging where I live, work, and play. I have clarity and peace in the areas I feel like I am lacking, and I'm actively designing what I want for my relationships. Then to flip it over, health and wellness, gave myself a 3. The statements are: I take care of my physical, mental, and emotional health. I eat well and drink plenty of water. I get a sufficient amount of sleep. I have a regular exercise routine. I have a healthy self-image. I have healed from any stress or trauma I've experienced. I feel strong in body, heart, and mind, and I am equipped to handle life's events with strength and vitality. Spiritual and personal growth, I gave myself a 3.5. Those statements are: I've identified what my own definition of spirituality is. I engage in regular spiritual practice. I invest time and energy into my personal and spiritual growth. My words, thoughts, and actions are congruent with my beliefs and values. I seek to learn new things about myself and others. I feel clear and connected to what my guiding principles are. I practice gratitude regularly. I have found peace and forgiveness where there has been pain and suffering. Financial, I give myself a 6. Those statements are: I believe with my ability to acquire wealth. I am implementing the systems and skills needed to meet my financial goals. I have streamlined and automated my financial dealings. I have a healthy relationship with money. I have financial and economic security. I have a favorable credit rating. I just realized these are all in a different order. You guys, these are all in a different order. Because I have a favorable credit rating is what I gave myself a 10, and I am implementing. Okay, well, these are different. Okay, that's awesome. I probably should have looked at this a little bit better. But the statements didn't change. It's just the order in which they changed. Anyway, that's the one thing I feel comfortable about was a favorable credit rating. I spend my money responsibly and live within my means. I have a financial plan for the future and contribute to it regularly. I don't feel like going through with this with a whiteout pen. So we're just going to stick to what we have. And then my last statement, or my last section, I gave myself a 7. Yeah. I am up to date. Let's just do this one, guys. My home, car, and workplace are clean and safe. My physical environment is free from clutter and excess. I enjoy spending time in my personal spaces. I feel organized. I'm up to date on necessary repairs and maintenance. There are physical areas where I can go to recharge and experience comfort. My environments support having positive energy, good habits, and personal success. and I feel supported in the management of my home. So that is that. Let me zoom out a bit. So this is all of this, okay? So what I did was, instead of filling out the life compass over here, because like I said, it was really tiny, when I had printed this out, I actually just cut it out and put it here and then put all the things here. So it was easier to see, because unfortunately it just wasn't very easy to see and to access. So now that I have this part done, even though the things do not carry over very well, let's work on this. So my intentions for the year. All right, now that this is over, we have, so again, to kind of reflect, we have the assessment with the life compass and the intentions. So now let's go ahead and let's get to the annual goals. So this is the part that I'm a little nervous on, because like I said, I'm not very good at setting and sticking to, I'm good at setting goals, just not sticking to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write these out again. Did a whole bunch of pre-writing right here. And I also bought, because when I go in, I go all in, the Moxie dots. So these are their colors, which is really nice. Let me take out the Moxie gray though. That is kind of like, just like a random, not random color, but I think it's like the MakseLife color of gray. And the nice thing is that these are, it's hard to see because I have horrible lighting. Let me see if I can fix this, but you can see they're labeled, which is really cool, which I really like. So it's great for people like me who are very type A. Everything has its place. Everything has a color. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start filling this out, and we will be back in a few minutes. All right. So for my personal goals for the year, one of my big things was creating routines. So that is going to be the focus in my personal realm. And two of the big things that I really want to make sure that I have done by the end of the year are routines, like morning and evening routines. So really building a morning routine that encompasses my morning medicines, but also some form of skincare. Now that I'm in my mid-30s, got to keep care of your skin. Same thing with my evening routine, mostly focused on taking my PM medicines, skincare, and journal or read. So that is the main focus there. For fun and recreation, my main focus for the year is going to be finding balance. And the reason why is because as a teacher, it can be really hard to do that. So I want to be able to balance fun and like not so much fun things, right? So one of the things is to make a bigger priority when it comes to dating. I've definitely pushed that off to the side. No work emails after work. So I'm not checking emails after I leave work. My goal is to plan a solo trip. Doesn't mean I'll do it, but I would like to plan it. And then to read 25 books, either physical or audiobook. Now, moving on to the work and learning. This one could have a huge impact on the rest of my life. I'll just say it. Freaks me out, but I'll just say it. And that my focus is to gain more knowledge. Here are the things that I would like to take care of. Is to read throughout the year 2 historical nonfiction books about topics that I'm interested in. I started reading an Indigenous people's history of the United States. Then I stopped reading it. But at some point this year, I'd really like to read that book. I would like to gain more social media skills to help bolster myself on social media. And I'm applying to law school, y'all. I can't believe it. So, cross your fingers, I should know soon if I got in. Alright, in terms of the next section, which is family and relationships, my main focus is to build relationships. So for the last few years, I've definitely been dealing with a lot of depression, and I just kind of pushed some of my relationships off to the side. So one of my goals is to reach out to some non-work friends one time a month, to rebuild some of those relationships. Nothing necessarily bad happened, just I kind of let them fall off to the wayside, and to make sure that I talk to my family at least once a week, which is a pretty doable goal. Next is health and wellness, and this is an area that I scored the lowest on. My focus is going back to what I know works for me. So one of the things is to build up and have a regular exercise routine. My goal is to not jump right into working out 5 times a week, but to build up to that using walking, Pilates, weights, things such as that, to go back to healthy eating, as well as this year I really want to put the money and the work into working with a dietitian. Gain better insight into foods that are healthier, better portion controls, all of those things. In terms of my spiritual and personal growth, this one, if you know me, might seem weird at first, but my focus is to explore and reflect, and here's why. My first goal is to read the Bible in chronological order. For those who know me, y'all know I am not very religious. However, I've always wanted to read the Bible in its entirety. I've never done it, so I figure why not do it. One of my friends, who used to be a youth pastor, recommended that I read it in chronological order, so I have a list of what to read each day. I would also like to make sure that I focus weekly on gratitude and to ensure that I do at least one walk outside, obviously weather permitting, but I do live in Texas, so weather's usually permitting for something like that. My financial goals is getting back to basics. The first thing that I want to do, and that I did for a while this year, and it was one of the best things I've ever done, was to save $50 a month for my Christmas shopping. Best thing. Next goal is to pay off my credit cards. I don't have a ton of debt when it comes to credit cards, but I have some, and I just want to get it taken care of. Ensure that I have spending money for Europe. I will be doing a Europe trip with, it's through EF Tours with my school, so I need to make sure that I have lots of spending money for that. And I would like to save for a new couch, one that is, comfy and cozy. All right, and then last is physical environment, and this is to make my house a home. My main goal for the year is to finish my living room, dining room area, and my kitchen. I think I'll be able to do that pretty easily, hopefully by summertime. I would like to renovate my master closet and do a closet refresh, get things out that I don't need, and clean out my car weekly. My car becomes a mess, becomes a dumping ground, and it's a pain. Okay, so these are my big goals for the year. I definitely have a few that are stretch goals. So for instance, save for a new couch. Between saving money for Christmas, paying off my credit cards, and ensuring that I have spending money for Europe, Saving for a new couch is definitely a stretch goal, but I also think that if I play my cards right, I can still do that. So I think that is something that would definitely be a stretch goal. There are a few, for instance, weekly outside walks. I live in Texas, so we could end up with like one of those wonderful like winter storms, which obviously I'm not going to go outside and go for a walk. I also need to keep in mind that a closet reno is also going to have to come from financials. So again, that can also make saving for a new couch, again, a little bit more of a stretch. Otherwise, I don't think I have too much of a stretch goal. I mean, law school might be a little bit more of a stretch goal, but at this point, like, I'm doing it, I'm applying. So we're gonna see what happens, y'all. So these are my yearly goals. All right, everyone, there we are. Those are my goals for 2024. Thank you so much for joining me as I get used to a new type of planner. I'm really excited to use this planner and to track my goals, see how much this helps me, and just kind of go from there. Make sure that you check back next week for my January goal setting. I will be setting all of the goals that I would like to accomplish for the month. I likely won't do goal setting every month. I will likely do goal setting at the end of each quarter. But since we are in the beginning of the year, I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of goal setting and to kind of show you what I'm planning out. And then that way, if things change, you can kind of see how they change. So I hope that you enjoyed watching me set these goals. If you did, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm interested to hear what some of your goals are, or if you have any goals that are similar to mine. If you liked this video, please be sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And I see that about half of you are not subscribed to my channel when you watch my videos, and those are returning viewers. So if you have not subscribed, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe before you head on out to help me reach my goals for social media. All right, everybody, thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day, and I hope to see you guys again in the next one. Bye.